Good morning, all. I'm Epstein with your morning flash update for this Friday, September 20th. It's hard to believe it's September 20th already, 2024 at 8:25 a.m. Central Time. Well, for a change, we're starting off with a bit of profit taking across the stock indices, all right? And that is a change. Remember, you just made all-time highs in the Dow and the S&P, so now will they back off is going to be the question to some traders. In the metal markets, I'm going to repeat, I'm still very friendly. The gold market, the silver market, and even the copper markets. And that's because as interest rates keep getting cut across the world, that will spur on demand. Demand in turn will be an inflator of gold. Because of inflation, demand creates inflation. Obviously, you got to get supply and demand together first. The inflation part happens when initially supply overcomes demand, and that's what will happen initially because so many of economies, Germany a great example, go into a malaise and they got to cut production. Cars, whatever it is, they're the economic engine. When demand revs up, yeah, they kick up production, but there's a lag time in between. You want there to be a lag time. You want to draw down your inventories first. Dollar coming back up. I'm going to look for resistance in that 190 level today. In the OJ, up about 500 points. Coffee down 700. You got a pretty wild market right there. And sugar has been on a monstrous tear to the upside. It's added nearly 400 points in 4 sessions. When we come to the grain markets, again, I'm going to repeat. Rain makes grain. I don't know if we're going to get it this weekend. In Chicago, we were due for storms, and now they're saying brief. It'll probably go northern Indiana. When we take a look at the markets in the indices, not indices, in the currencies, peso down a little bit, yen getting hit hard. Today, the news of the day, there is no U.S. economic news to start you off with. The news of the day is that the Bank of Japan held steady, and traders, many analysts, a Bloomberg survey had 70% looking for the Bank of China to do a cut today. They did not. They held tight. They're again discussing what do they do about their home melees, and they're saying, well, maybe we get rid of permits in big cities so that anybody can buy in them rather than needing a permit to do so. The second thing that they're looking at is maybe they treat mortgages, whether it's a first or second home, the same. They got to find a way to remove what? Supply. And how they do that aren't those two ways. In the bonds, the notes, well, we're seeing right across the whole curve yield, everything down a little bit as yields come back into play. And you're down in the energies, which is a little surprising, given that Israel just keeps hitting Lebanon in all ways. Lebanon struck back today, finally, with 140 missiles. But now I'm hearing that Israel's gone after groups in Syria. So how many fronts does Israel want at one time? I mean, if Iran jumps in, then they got it at all ways. Is this a death wish? I don't know what it is, but it's certainly to me that they're just provoking worse and worse situation for themselves as an outsider looking in. You know, take on one enemy, maybe 2 at a time. You don't need all of them at one time. That's my thinking, at least. All right, and what do I know? I have no military experience like that. I'm going to be putting out your weekly edition today or tomorrow, probably today, of your futures markets. I think I'm going to the Notre Dame game tomorrow in South Bend, so I don't think I'll be around. And as we look at that, remember, I'll give you the trade ideas, long-term ideas on the weekly charts. That's what we look for, things you can hold on for longer periods of time. The risk is a little bit bigger often, but that's the idea of longer-term trades. The charts will look just like that. As you know, I did a bonus chart, a special this past week, and I want to do one. Either I'll do it today or I'll do it Monday when I get back. Go to iraepstein.com to see these videos and sign up for them under the word research. Got it? And pick the videos that you'd want to see. You can move your cursor to the top here and go right there. That'll take you there. And with that, you have yourselves a great weekend. I'll see you with the weekend editions and the market wrap-ups that I'll try to get done tonight for you as well. Take care.